go to the sea for fishing, and we go back to the lagoon side for fishing. So farming is our major occupation we have in the village. My name is Alhaji Sultan Bello from Lekki village. We have been here for the past 700 years ago. So we have been living comfortably. We don't have problems whatsoever.
State government says that they want to remove everybody, all the towns within this coastal area, right from our next village down to Olomo, where the operation is going to end.
We heard into the news that the government have already occupied this area.
They said they want to use it for the Lekki Free Trade Zone. By the time the information comes, every one of us feels so sad. What is going to happen? This is an ancient town where our great-great-great-grandfathers has been buried. We doesn't have any other home. We don't have any other place to go. The education of our children will be paralyzed. The farming, the businesses will be paralyzed.
We ran go to Serak straight. That this is what we saw, this is what we had. So Serak told us that we should hold on a bit and let him intervene.
The Lekki Free Trade Zone is a multi-billion-dollar project that was conceived by the Lagos State government and Chinese consortium. Sometime in July 2006, the governor then informed them that he was planning to take over their lands, and he had exercised his power under the Land Use Act to compulsorily acquire lands for overriding public interest. At that stage, there was no discussion about payment of compensation, relocation, resettlement, or even involving the people. Usually, such projects have really been a prelude to forced eviction of local communities, dispossession of the lands of the poor, and transferring them to the rich.
Pentele, pentele, oh, 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 pentele.
My name is Adeyemo Thompson. I am the Deputy Managing Director of the Lekki Free Zone Development Company, which is entrusted with the development of the first phase of the Lekki Free Zone. At the time I came in 2006, I came in to meet a letter from Serak, which was representing the communities, 9 communities which were within the first phase of the zone. And initially we thought they were raising some kind of problems for us, because we sort of got the idea, that impression that the villagers didn't want to be displaced.
Serak's role at that point was to help these communities to organize themselves and to lead a dialogue with the state, to compel the state to come to the table and have the sort of conversation that the law, I think, required.
We entered into negotiations with Serak, Mr. Felix Smoker and his team. And we found out subsequently that they were just out to safeguard and protect the interests of the villagers who were going to be displaced.
After a series of meetings, negotiations, high-level negotiations with state officials, with Chinese government officials, with communities at various places and at various times, Serak was able to work together with the communities to negotiate the terms of the landmark memorandum of understanding.
For the most part, the villages were left as they were. It was agreed that the free trade zone would be developed around the villages, so that ultimately some of the value of these investments would, transfer to the villages and to, generations yet unborn. Amongst the agreement that was reached was that the Lekki Worldwide Investment Limited would grant about 2.5% of the entire share capital of this business in favor of these villages.
I think that was very fascinating. It was also intriguing at the same time, because on the part of the policymakers, many of them never believed that decision making would get to that level, whereby very rural people were like considered as peasants, that they would really matter.
They were very clear. For instance, before the negotiations started, the people were resolved, spoke with one voice. Afel, that we do not want the project. Afel in Yoruba means we don't want. That was the message. In fact, the biggest town hall meeting we had with the government and the company, thousands of villagers lined up outside of the hall where this meeting was holding, one after the other, took the microphone and said just those words. AFL were very resolute in their rejection of this project.
So Serag, he has done a very good job, a great job for us. So that is why we can never forget him in life. I personally, until I die. If I die, I know my children will be here. So without Serag, we should have get away from this village.
If I have time, I guess.